Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I did a sim with Gerrards Cross. Shout out to Tim Wheeler who set it up. Very kind of him. Really nice guy. I met him out in a tournament in Spain in Almeria, which is on the southern coast. It's sort of like between Almeria is like a town that people are probably not that familiar with, but it's somewhere between Malaga and Alicante, Benidorm. So halfway between there. So I flew directly to Almeria. And on the way back, got a taxi, shared a taxi with Tim. And he mentioned that he was doing the killer chess training camp beforehand, before they actually held the tournament. So they had a tournament there, was killer chess training. And Tim also took part in the tour um, in the training camp. And he said Ponomarev did a simul. So I mentioned to him, maybe I could do a simul at the Gerrards Cross. And Gerrards Cross is a town north of London. It's in where is it? I think it's in Buckinghamshire, right? Like in the Chilterns kind of area. Chilterns Railway. You get there to get there. It's quite near Slough, which reminds me of that John Betjeman quote: "Come friendly bombs and rain on Slough." He wasn't really a fan of Slough. And but Gerrard's Cross, very nice place. I think there's quite a lot of posh houses there. Possibly a lot of ex-footballers live there. A lot of footballers, like Arsenal players, that kind of area. So I went along to the chess club. There was a junior club there as well, very successful. A lot of kids there, but apparently none of them are that good. So they need like proper grandmaster training, right? Hint, hint. Anyway, I did a simul. It was about 13 people there, very strong players. I was very surprised at the level, even though the ratings were quite low. I really struggled to win any games. Eventually I did win quite a lot of games, but ball one game I was actually winning earliest, but the guy put up a lot of resistance, as I expected. The Tim game, I kind of lost my bearings a little bit at some point where I. It was a very complicated position and there were lots of possibilities. And it made me realize actually, if you are playing in the symbol, that your best bet is actually to make the position as complicated as possible. If you want to win against, say, a GM or a master level player or whoever's doing the symbol, because it's very hard for to navigate the position if it's complicated. You want positions where you can just play intuitively, play that move, and move on. So I drew that game in the end. I was probably quite lucky to draw. There was another game I was lucky to draw. It's very easy to blunder in symbols as well because you're playing quite quickly. Probably for the person given a symbol, a clock symbol is better because then you can pick and choose when to spend your time. I did a clock symbol earlier this year as well. So I've done 3 symbols this year. Generally, I quite like doing symbols. Maybe not as much as some people like Keith Arkle. He does a lot of symbols. He loves doing symbols. But the only thing I would say about symbols, when I lose a game, it really annoys me. Which is crazy because you shouldn't be annoyed if you lose a game in a symbol. But I'm a very competitive person. I hate losing games. So I can tell that some people really, really want to beat me. Myself, have I ever taken part in a symbol on the other side? Not very often. When I was younger, I went along to the old Chess and Bridge shop. I don't know if anyone remembers that. It was in Euston. And yeah, it was in Euston, yeah. So you go to Warren Street tube station. No, not the old. Yeah, the old. Yeah, because now it's in Baker Street, right? There was one even before that, which was in Clapham Junction, which was run by a guy called Julian Simple. That was in the Clapham Mecca Bingo Hole. Leave your comments down below if you remember any of this, because I'd be fascinated to know. It's like a London chess history, right? But there was a London chess and bridge shop run by Malcolm Payne that was in Euston for many years, but I think eventually became too expensive because it was quite a large site. But they had like a room above that, and I played a tournament there. But before I played that tournament, I also took part in a simul where I was one of the players playing against the grandmasters, and John Spillman was given a simul, and I think I beat him actually. And I think Danny King was so it was basically they would take turns. I think Danny King turned up at the end, and I remember having this conversation afterwards with Danny King, and we were arguing over. I was saying that I was doing well or whatever, and he was like dismissive, or maybe it was a draw. I can't even remember. To be honest, it's like stuck in my mind, but He probably thought I was a bit cocky, which I probably was. But anyway, so yeah, generally leave your comments down below. Have you ever taken part in a simul? How did you get on? I'll be interested to know your comments. Anyway, yeah, Gerrards Cross. If you're ever in that part of the world, to get to Gerrards Cross, you have to go to Paddington and get the train to Slough, or you go direct to Gerrards Cross, which is from, I'm trying to remember where it is from now. It's not from Paddington. You have to go from somewhere else. Anyway, it's quite easy to get to Gerrards Cross from London. Oh yeah, I think it's go to Baker Street and then you get the Bakerloo line to somewhere or other. I've forgotten now. Anyway, yeah, if you're ever in that part of the world, go to Gerrards Cross because it's a lovely part of the world and they've got a lovely chess club there run by people like Tim Wheeler and other people there who took part in the simul, and very kind of them to host a simul there. If anyone's interested, leave your comment down below. I'll leave my email down below. If anyone has got a chess club and they need a GM to do a simul, normally what I'd ask for is expenses covered. Your typical fee is something like 200 quid. You can't lower it too low because the problem is if you lower it too low, other GMs then start to suffer, and then they're not very happy with you because you've basically lowered your fee too low. Some people, obviously people like Michael Adams, Nigel Short, they might charge like £2,000 for a simul. I don't charge anything like that. I would charge maybe 200-300, right, to do a simul. That's it. It's not that much, but I would also need expenses like hotel, train, and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, it's not worth doing it. Anyway, leave your comments down below. Please like and subscribe so the video can get promoted on the algorithm.